Hey guys, you're welcome to another edition of your favorite show on Facebook and everywhere else as well as the Game Plan Show, coming to you live on our Facebook page, Pulse Ghana Sport. As always, my name is Fifi Anaman and we have a lot of stuff to discuss. Today I'll be telling you about the friendly game. Remember yesterday we started talking about how the Black Stars are taking on Asokwa Deportivo. Well, the game ended, and today I'll be bringing you all the details, the lineup, the scorers, everything that happened during that match. We'll also be speaking about Sulley Muntari, who was on an interview, a very, very important interview show in Accra yesterday. It was on Star FM. He made some startling revelations and, attacked a few people. We'll be speaking about that as well. We'll also be telling you about Floyd Mayweather once again. Well, we've cited a very, very interesting document that you need to know about. I will be telling you about that in a bit. We'll also be discussing, interestingly, Ghana wrestling or Ghanaian wrestling. I'm sure most of you are wondering what I am talking about. Well, this is something that is taking root in the country, but it's a very, very popular sport in Senegal. I'll be telling you all about that. I'll also be speaking about John Paintsil again. Yesterday, we brought you the story of the scandal that he's currently embroiled in, and a series of controversial issues that have plagued his time in South Africa. Well, today, sad news coming in for him. We'll be telling you about that. Stick and stay on the Game Plan Show. We are streaming live on Facebook on Pulse Ghana Sport. My name is Fifi Anaman once again. Now, without much ado, let's delve straight into what is making rounds in the news as far as Ghanaian sport is concerned. Now, with the Black Stars, and they are currently in Kumasi preparing to take on Ethiopia in an AFCON 2019 qualifier. Now, this game will be happening at the Baba Yara Stadium on Sunday, the 11th of June. It's at 15:30 GMT, 3:30 p.m. for those of you in Kumasi who want to go and spectate. Yes, that's what's happening in Kumasi. But yesterday at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, the same stadium where the Black Stars will be playing a game, and where they are training, they played lower division side Asokwa Deportivo. I remember yesterday I brought you details of the first half. Well, we didn't have enough time to tell you about everything when the game ended. So today I'll be bringing you all that happened during that clash. Now let me run you through the first team who took on the Asokwa Deportivo guys in the first half, as well as the second team that played the game in the second half. Now for the first half, we had Joseph Ado in goal, Samuel Safo, we had Daniel Dakwa, Rashid Sumaila, Jerry Akamenkon, Isaac Saki, Yao Yeboah, Efriye Akwa, Jordan Ayu, Winfo Kobna, as well as Frank Echampon. These were the people who started the first half. And for the second half, we had Richard Ofori, Harrison Afo, Agbenyenu, we had Amate, we had John Boy, who was later replaced by Nicholas Opoku. We had Ebenezer Ofori, who is currently in Germany playing with Stuttgart. We had Andrea Yu, Thomas Partey, Majid Waris of Lorient. We had Raphael Dramina, and then as well as Thomas Ejapon, the young man, also in there. Let me run you through the people who scored the goals for the Black Stars, as well as for Asokwa Deportivo, who got a consolation goal in there. We had Jordan Ayew scoring in the 23rd minute for Ghana, and we had in the 39th minute Frank Echampon, recently a freshly minted champion of the Belgian League, scoring the second goal. That's the 39th minute. And on the 47th minute, Asokwa Deportivo, that's 2 minutes from the break, they got a goal back, and then from there on it was goal after goal after goal for the Black Stars. Majid Waris tapping in after Raphael Dramina did all the work. That happened in the 51st minute. In the 65th minute, Raphael Dramina got in on the act, assisted by Agbenyenu. And in the 69th minute, Majid Waris once again with another assist yet again from Raphael Dramina. So Majid Waris, Raphael Dramina, the axis working really, really well for the Black Stars. Many people will be wondering if Kwesi Appiah might consider starting. And remember, Samoajan didn't play yesterday, and there's been issues with his fitness as well. So it's good to see the two strikers already, forming a chemistry in the telepathy building and all that. And Raphael Dramina scoring the last goal in the 89th minute. So a brace each for Majid Waris and Rafael Jamina. Rafael Jamina also got 2 assists, and goals from Jordan Ayew and Frank Echampong at some point there. So 6 goals to 1 it ended for the Black Stars of Ghana against Asokwa Deportivo in Kumasi. That's what happened at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Remember, the game is on Sunday, the big game, Ethiopia against Ghana, or Ghana against Ethiopia, because we are playing at home. It's an AFCON 2019 qualifier, the first in Group F, where Ghana is situated. The next games we'll be playing will be against Kenya as well as Sierra Leone. Those are the other countries in our group. I'll be starting off against Ethiopia, the Warriors of Ethiopia on Sunday. Mark that in your calendars. Now let me just go online to see which of you is watching us live and who is saying what as well. We are streaming live as always on Pulse Ghana Sport on Facebook. And so yes, Nene Afedi Manuel, you are saying thumbs up. Thank you very much, Nene Afedi Manuel, who is a very loyal viewer of the Game Plan Show. We appreciate you. And Chris Hammond, you are saying you guys need to stream the Black Stars game for us outside the country. Well, unfortunately, Chris, we cannot do that. There are a lot of rights issues that we have to negotiate, around to bring you that game. But I mean, we cannot bring you the game. That's the short story version of the whole issue. We cannot bring you that game, but it will be online. There are a lot of streaming links. I can help you with it personally if you want to watch the game on Sunday. We're yet to confirm if it will be on local television, but as always, we'll bring it to you first thing on the Game Plan Show when we hear of anything. Now, Richard Banson, you are saying you are watching from Abidjan. Thank you so much. This is very, very interesting that we have some fans from La Côte d'Ivoire, and also hearty condolences, sincere condolences, I should say, to you on the loss of Cheikh Tiote, who was a midfielder for the Elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire. We are still in mourning African football. He died on Monday after collapsing at training for his club, Chinese second-tier side, Beijing Enterprises. We are still waiting to hear more details as to what happened. The club is saying that they have to meet the family until then they cannot actually officially release the cause of his death. Very, very sad news coming in from the African footballing fraternity. So condolences to you, Richard Banson. And KK Tinedu, wow, you're watching us again. You joined us yesterday. We thank you very much for it. Kudos to the stickers, especially strikers, you are saying, especially Majid Waris and Jamina, watching live from Denver, Colorado. Thanks very much for joining us from Denver, Colorado. We appreciate it very much. Eric Menu Neymar, you are saying Neymar live from Dubai. Dubai. Thanks for joining us. We have our own version of, let me just not go into that. I was going to mention Circle. I realized how corny that is. Senior Kobiapia, you are watching us live. You are saying good luck, Black Stars. We also wish the Black Stars the best of luck as well. Ofe Fred, you are watching from Finland. Wow. We have fans from all over the world, from Denver, Colorado, from Abidjan, from Dubai, and now from Finland. Interesting. Afari Bedu, Sylvester, you are saying you are watching live from TMA, right here in Ghana. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. KK Tinedu Bedu, you are saying we would at least like to watch a live telecast if one of the training sessions of the Black Star. Now, KK, we'll have a reporter, Thomas Freeman Nyama in Kumasi over the weekend, and we hope to bring you access to the Black Stars, training sessions, interviews, and stuff like that. So stick and stay with Pulse Ghana Sport. We have a lot coming your way this weekend as the Black Stars face Ethiopia in that one. So yes, those are these people watching. Those are the people watching our show currently. Now let's just move on the show onto our next topic, which is Sulley Muntari. Now, this is the interesting thing about Sulley Muntari, right? Yesterday was exactly a year to the day or the date that he apologized formally to the Ghana Football Association after what happened at the World Cup in Brazil. What happened at the World Cup, for those of you who've been living under a rock, or for those of you who don't know what happened, Sulley Muntari allegedly assaulted Black Stars Management Committee member Moses Mospaka Ama in that one, and he was sacked from camp. The Ghana Black Stars played our second game against Germany, and after that we were to play Portugal. But Sulley Muntari, as well as Kevin Prince Boateng, who was sacked for other reasons, were sacked from the camp. Now, it took him a while to apologize. Now, last year, which is 2016, June 2016, he apologized. And yesterday was exactly a year from that incident. And he was back in Accra. He is back in Accra, in fact. And he was on Star FM on Bolare's interview show, Star Chat. And it was a very, very long interview, very interesting. He was on there with his wife, Minoye Donko, and they discussed a whole lot of issues. Now, the headline quote from that, of course, was from him attacking Ghana Football Association Communications Director Ibrahim Sanni Daara, formerly of the BBC. Now, he's saying that Sanni Daara is a liar. So what really happened was, you remember Sulley Muntari was in the news a few weeks ago for walking off the pitch after being booked when he complained of being racially abused in a game between Pescara, which is the club that he plays for in Italy, and Cagliari. And that game was played at the stadium of Cagliari. And the referee, Daniel Mainelli, actually showed him a yellow card, and Sulley Muntari got pissed off, walked off the pitch, and he blew up. He was all over. He was on the BBC, on CNN, talking about his ordeal. And a lot of people expressed solidarity with him. Footballers' bodies, anti-racism bodies, and it took the GFA a long while, admittedly, before they could confirm that they had called Sulley Muntari to express solidarity with him. Now, yesterday on the show, Sulley Muntari actually confirmed that nobody from the FA contacted him. Very interesting. And Sanni Daara came out to say that it was a lie, and that the GFA actually reached out to him, and Sulley Muntari got pissed and went at Ibrahim Sanni Daara. And he said something in Hausa, which apparently means, and from people who understand Hausa have explained it to mean, that he was saying that Sanni Daara should, use his head, basically. He should use his brains. There's so many ways to interpret this, but a lot of people are giving their interpretations to it. But he was basically saying that Sanni Daara should be careful of what he says, and that he's a liar. And I'll read you some of his quotes there. He said, Sanni shouldn't try and call you or talk to you. Now, he was talking to Bolare, and he said, people like that don't deserve anything. Where is he? How did he call you? And he also went on to say, now what did he want? And Sulley Muntari said that Alex Asante, who is the international relations manager at the GFA, called him, and he said he called me, that is Sanni Daara. This guy, you know what happened? I was at home, and then Tony Buffo wanted to talk to me, and so he called me and couldn't get me, so he asked Alex to call me. So this is Sulley Muntari narrating what actually happened, and what Sanni Daara interpreted to mean that the GFA had called him. And so Alex called me. This is Sulley Muntari. Listen very carefully. Alex called me, and I didn't know it was Tony that asked Alex to call me. But I'm really cool with Alex. He's a really good guy, and since I started playing for the national team, he has been a good man to everyone on the team. Now in the GFA, he works really hard. He's still talking about Alex here, and I always talk to him. I saw his missed call, and so I called him back, and he said Tony, who is Tony Buffo, was there and wanted to talk to me. After that, Alex said that the president, who is Kwesi Nyantakyi, is here and that he wants to speak. He wants me to speak to the president. That's Sulley Muntari to speak to Kwesi Nyantakyi. And so Sulley Muntari was basically questioning, is that a phone call? So basically he's saying that Tony Buffo wanted to reach him and couldn't. And so he asked Alex Asante, who is the international relations manager at the FA, to call him instead. Now when Alex called, Sulley called back, and he gave the phone to Tony Buffo for him to talk to. And after that, Alex said, you know what, on the issue that you are talking about, the president is here and the president would like to speak to you. And so that was what happened. And so Sulley Muntari does not think that that was a good enough attempt from the FA to call him. It wasn't a direct call. It was just, going through a lot of angles and avenues. So he doesn't feel that the GFA cared enough to call him directly. And Sanni Daara was saying, you know what, we called you. What are you talking about? And Sulley Muntari just went apart at the seams, and at the point he had to be calmed down by his wife. He was saying, oh baby, let me talk. So that's Sulley Muntari, always very passionate about the stuff that he does, about the stuff that he says. So yes, that's what is happening in the camp of Sulley Muntari. He also spoke about Kwesi Appiah. He said that, he didn't express a lack of confidence in Kwesi Appiah. He said that he was sure that Kwesi Appiah could do the job, and that Kwesi Appiah is a guy who doesn't talk a lot. He also confirmed that he hasn't spoken to Kwesi Appiah since the 2014 World Cup. Not because they are on bad terms, but because Kwesi Appiah is naturally very aloof. So that's what Sulley Muntari said. No bad blood between him and Kwesi Appiah. He said he also misses playing for the Black Stars. Can you imagine Sulley Muntari? He says he misses the Black Stars. Does that mean he will be returning to the team? I'm not too sure about that, given the situation he's put himself in, pitching himself against the FA. If you want to play for the Black Stars, you have to have a clean record with the FA, as well as the coach, who you are saying you've not spoken to since the 2014 World Cup. So that is what is happening in the camp of Sulley Muntari. He was on Star Chat yesterday for that one as well. Now let me go on Facebook and see who has joined us on the show and who is watching and who is commenting as well. We still have the same guys on there. Let me see if we have some new comments. Okay. We are streaming live on Facebook. Paul's Ghana Sport, as always, is the game plan show. And we've been discussing a lot of stuff on the show today. Now we'll move on to our next topic, which is let me see. Ghana wrestling. Yes, Ghana wrestling. I promised to talk to you about this on Monday's show or Monday's episode of the game plan. I was unwell on Tuesday, and so couldn't tell you about the show. But here's the thing. Now there was a wrestling competition that was organized in Senegal recently. It happened in May. Most of you didn't hear about it, so I'm here to talk to you about it. As always, on the game plan, we talk about interesting stuff, the stuff that will, arouse your interest. Now, it was the 8th edition of the ECOWAS Traditional Wrestling Championship. It was held in Dakar from the 12th of May to the 14th of May. Now, 65 wrestlers from 14 ECOWAS member nations converged in Dakar for that tournament. It was organized by the ECOWAS Youth and Sports Development Center, which is the EYSDC. Now, 5 different weight categories were up for grabs in terms of the competitions there, and there were team competitions and individual competitions. Now, the weight categories were 66 kg, 75 kg, 86 kg, 100 kg, and 125 kg. Now, for 100 kg, we had a Ghanaian boxer named Welbeck Oliver Aye. Sure, most of you don't know who he is. He is actually a Ghanaian wrestler, and he competes in the 100 kg division. He's a Ghanaian wrestling champion. Who knew? I mean, those of you who follow wrestling might know, but I'm sure most of you who are predominantly football fans are finding this very, very interesting to hear. He's called Welbeck Oliver Aye. He got to the semi-final of the 100 kg event. Sorry, the quarter-final of the 100 kg event. He couldn't reach the medal zone, but he's been talking in the media. He's been saying that the government needs to support wrestling because it's a big deal. Actually, during the tournament in Senegal, the stadium that the events were organized were filled to capacity. Now, this is for a reason. And for those of you who don't know, in Senegal, the most popular sport is football. I mean, we all know that. But then the second most popular sport in the country is wrestling. Wrestlers are big deals, absolute big deals. They earn a lot of money, and there's a lot of interest in and there's a lot of juju in there as well. And for those of you who've been following, the wrestlers really prize winning, and so they go through a lot of rituals and stuff to be able to win. So that's what is happening in Senegal. It was the 8th edition. That's what happened. It was the 8th edition of the ECOWAS Traditional Wrestling Championship. And Ghana was well represented. We had wrestlers like Imbalilo Mod, Vitus Adakura, Richard Chiyo, and John Dekagbe. They all competed in different weight classes but couldn't make the medal zone. So that's what happened. And also our coach, who is an internationally certified wrestling coach, she's a woman. Very, very impressive. She's called Cynthia Doche. She was honored by the Senegalese wrestling body after the tournament for her contributions to the sport. So, you know, Ghana is making strides in an area that I'm sure most of you don't know about, and we feel it's our responsibility on the Game Plan show to tell you all about what is happening, the boom in Ghanaian wrestling. So that's it. I mean, Senegal, of course, dominated everything. They won the 66 kg category, and also won the 100 kg category and the 125 category. Now, the 75 kg category was won by Niger, and the 86 kg category was won by the Gambia. So these are the strong wrestling nations in West Africa: the Gambia, Niger, and Senegal. And unsurprisingly, they all, you know, shared the honors at the 8th edition of the ECOWAS Traditional Wrestling Championship, which happened in Dakar. Now, the Iba Mar Diop Stadium, where the event was organized from the 12th to 14th of May, was filled to capacity, to the brim. Can you imagine, for these events? And, you know, although Ghana couldn't get on the medals, so we hope that, you know, the exposure that we had will continue to spur us on to take wrestling seriously in our country. So that's it for Ghanaian boxing. For those of you who want to follow, there's a lot of material online for you to read. You can search Ghana wrestling champions, Ghanaian wrestling, or Senegalese wrestling, for those of you who want to learn about it. You know, a lot of interesting stuff going on in there. You can check that out online as well. Now, let me just go on our Facebook page again to see what is happening and who has joined. We very much appreciate you joining us for the Game Plan show, streaming live on Pulse Ghana Sport. My name, as always, is Fifi Anaman. Now, Ibrahim Sultan Anyas, you are saying, hi, Muntari is coming back, or, well, Muntari is saying that he misses the Black Stars, Ibrahim, but he hasn't said that he's coming back. Now, whether he comes back or not, either way, is going to be in the hands of Coach Kwesi Appiah. Now, he's saying that he hasn't spoken to Coach Kwesi Appiah in, what, 4 years now, 3 years since the 2014 World Cup. So it's a bit dicey. But Muntari is in Ghana. He says he has a good relationship with most of the players. He says he speaks to the likes of Wakaso and Asamoah and, you know, the others. And so, you know, everything is cool. And he might even be at the stadium on Sunday to cheer his national team on. Remember, Muntari is capped 88 times for Ghana. His last game, of course, came during the 2014 World Cup. Now, Mumuni Nagda, you are saying, I'm watching live from Italy. You guys are doing a good job. Thanks very much for watching us live. So we have so many fans from so many countries today. We have Denver, Colorado in the US. We have we've had Abidjan, we've had Dubai, we've had Finland, and now we have Italy. Very, very interesting. We also have Tema. Let me not discriminate. We have a guy from Tema watching us. So thanks very much for joining us from Tema on the Game Plan show. Jeffrey Ankoma Kesi, you are saying, mate, he is good, and I believe he speaks the truth. I'm sure that you are speaking about Sulley Muntari. You are saying that Sulley Muntari speaks the truth and he's good. Well, you can't argue with that. He's a very passionate guy. He says things as they are and doesn't mince words at all. So I agree with you. Yes, he's a truthful guy. By and large, but you know, when you are too truthful, you are seen as arrogant because you say your mind all the time. And I mean, it's a price to pay for honesty, and I'm sure he knows all about it as well. Now, Richard Banson, you are saying, we need you guys who will play for Ghana. We need guys who will play for Ghana with their heart and not for money. Well, I'm not sure exactly what you are referring to, whether it's in relation to the Sulley Muntari issue. But, you know, Sulley Muntari has always played for the Black Stars anytime he's called upon, except that he's had a lot of disciplinary issues with the team. But when it comes to commitment, I don't think we've ever faulted Sulley Muntari there. Now, Ajima Mensah, we are watching live from Belgium. So now in Europe, we have Finland and Belgium, and we have people from the US and from everywhere watching us on a Game Plan Show. We are very privileged to have you join us. Awal Mohammed, you are enjoying the show. Thanks for watching us as well. Awal Mohammed, thanks for joining us for the Game Plan Show. We are streaming live on Facebook. And remember, once again, on Pulse Ghana Sport. If you want to check us out on Twitter, our account is Pulse Sports GH. That's on Twitter. We're also on Instagram and on Snapchat as well. We're everywhere, Pulse Ghana Sport. Now let's just move on to our next topic for this evening. And yesterday I brought you the story of John Paintsil. John Paintsil. I told you the story of how Lebo August, who is a 24-year-old South African lady, claiming to be friends with benefits with John Paintsil, and also claiming that John Paintsil owes her to the tune of 3,000 rand, which is about 1,000 Ghana cedis. Now, the latest twist to the Paintsil story is that Kaizer Chiefs have sacked him as the assistant coach of the club. So, there has been a price to pay for John Paintsil. Yesterday we were laughing in the studio about how funny the story is, but it doesn't seem like it's so funny after all, because the club have acted on it and have sacked him. They've terminated his contract. Very, very sad news coming in for the 35-year-old former right back of the Ghana national team. He has lost his job as a result of the scandals that he's been in over the last few weeks. Now, let me just remind you that in May, John Paintsil was reportedly or alleged to have blocked the gate to an estate that he lives in. He lives in a certain estate in Johannesburg, and he blocked the exit gate because the landlord had cut electricity to his apartment. And so all his neighbors were stranded. They wanted to go to school and to work and to wherever they wanted to go to, and they couldn't go out because John Paintsil, who was a defender, ironically, during his career, decided he wouldn't let anyone through the gate. And, it caused a lot of stir. And, of course, he denied it. He said that he doesn't even know where the apartments are. He doesn't live there. Very, very interesting denial coming in from him. And, of course, he also denied having sexual relations with Lebo August and when he was accosted by the Sunday World, which is a publication in South Africa. So John Paintsil has lost his job. The South African club Kaizer Chiefs confirmed that they terminated his contract on the 6th of June. Interesting. This was on Tuesday. So it's a bit of stuff in retrospect. They cancelled his contract on Tuesday, the 6th of June, and it just came out today. It was first reported by Soka Laduma of South Africa. It's also on pulse.com.gh/sport. For those of you who want details to that story, you can check that out on our website. Very, very sad news coming in for John Paintsil. Just last year in June, let me just give you the exact date. On the 27th of June 2016, he was confirmed as the assistant coach of Kaizer Chiefs. It was a very, very big thing for Ghana. A young coach, 35 years old, just coming off the back of a very illustrious playing career. He played at Fulham, he played in Israel, he played at Leicester at a point, played at so many clubs, and, got a few coaching lessons and started out at Kaizer Chiefs. And now, it seems that things are not really going on well for John Paintsil. So very, very sad news coming in there, and we hope that he manages to bounce back, or he probably comes back to Ghana to take up a coaching post at one of our local clubs. If things didn't work out in South Africa, hey, you can always come back to the motherland. I'm borrowing Floyd Mayweather's words, to the motherland, to come and coach John Paintsil. So we are sorry that you lost your job there. Let me just check you guys out on Facebook once again and to see who is commenting. Samson Suka, you've joined us on the Game Plan Show. Thank you very much for joining us, Samson Suka. Samson Suka has a very, very interesting Mayweather skit, and that will be playing you in a bit. My producer will be playing you whilst we talk about the Mayweather issue. Now, Abdul Karim, you are saying Muntari has always given his heart to the Black Stars, but the management hates him because he tells the truth. Well, this is the predominant theory, right? That Sulley Muntari is this guy who always says things as they are, and that's why people hate him. And Ghanaians don't like the truth, and so when someone says the truth, there's a lot of issues. And so, you can't argue too much with that, because Sulley Muntari like I said earlier on in the show, says a lot of things that are compelling. But whether they are true or not, there are two sides to every story. So I don't think we should draw to conclusions just as yet. Now, Isaac, Zoe, you are seeing Ike watching from Kingston College in London. So across Europe, well, the British are saying that they are no longer part of Europe. So, you know, in Britain, we have Londoners. In Europe, we have Belgium and Finland guys watching us as well. Thank you very much. And we hope you're also following closely the elections which are currently taking place in the United Kingdom. Jeremy Corbyn against Theresa May. So that's what's happening there. So we are live on a Game Plan show on Facebook. Let me just tell you quickly about our last story before we bounce out of the studio, which is on Floyd Mayweather. Yesterday we told you about how he's coming to Ghana on June the 15th and June the 16th, and which is being organized by Tetrazini Group in Nigeria, as well as Upscale Entertainment in Ghana. Yesterday at the Kempinski Hotel, a press conference was organized to announce his visit, and you know, they announced his itinerary as well. He'll be in Kumasi to see the Asante Hene. He will visit an orphanage in Kumasi. He will come back to Accra for a boxing bout, which he will not be involved in, but which he will watch. That will pitch Emmanuel Gameboy Tego against George Ashi, Obodai Sai against a Namibian boxer who is currently in the country. And there will be a money night where he will socialize with Ghanaians, journalists, and, you know, stakeholders in general. Now, we cited a document, very, very interesting document, and I'll let you have a peek of it if my producer can put it on the screen right now, of prices to pay if you want to see Floyd Mayweather in Ghana on June 15th, June 16th in Accra, Ghana. Now, for the dinner night, the document we have cited, Paul's Ghana has cited, is saying that for a table of 10 people, the fee is $9,000. 9K. Not be Ghana cedis or dollars. And that's for the VVIP. And for the VIP, a table of 10 costs $5,000. Wow. Money man and pa. He's bringing money to Ghana, or he expects people who have money in Ghana to come and see him. You know, he doesn't socialize with just anyone. If you have money, you can socialize with Floyd Mayweather. You know, he's proven it already. Now, for the club night, for VVIP, a table of 6, you will have to pay $10,000. Wow, $10,000. That's over 40,000 Ghana cedis for one night, too, for a table of 10, if you want to see Floyd Mayweather. And for VIP, a table of 4, $5,000. And for regular, popular stand, you put where you don't get money, no. You have to pay 500 Ghana cedis. You don't get money, crowd, 500 Ghana cedis. That's for Floyd Mayweather on club night if you want to see him. Now, for the boxing bout, which will be happening at the Bukom Boxing Arena on the 16th of June, for those of you who want to go, VVIP for 8 people is 8,000 Ghana cedis. That's 1,000 cedis per head. Wow. 8,000 Ghana cedis for VVIP. And for VIP single, 300 Ghana cedis. I'm sure this is manageable for those of you, you know, who have a bit of money. Not for us though, but for you people who have money, 300 Ghana cedis. And for regular single, you pay 100 Ghana cedis if you want to see Floyd Mayweather in Ghana. So they don't call him the money man for nothing. For those of you who thought it was going to be cheap, you just see him walking along the streets in Bukom. Shit. The guy is going to charge money. I mean, the people who are organizing the stuff have to earn their money back. So it's understandable. But, you know, these are huge amounts of money. Dollars and things, Charlie. $9,000, $5,000, $10,000, $5,000, 500 Ghana cedis, 300 Ghana cedis, and 100 Ghana cedis to see Floyd Mayweather in action in Ghana. So, yes, that's it for the Game Plan show today. But before I end, finally, let me check you out on Facebook. Let's see who is commenting and who is saying what. Kwesi Jamfi Esedu just joined us. Thanks very much for joining us on the show. And we'll end the show by playing you a skit from Samson Suka, who operates Tolly News on Pulse Ghana. So very interesting skit on Floyd Mayweather's visit to Ghana. He's in a conversation with Bukum Banku. Banku Eba. the undefeated, the heavyweight champion of Ghana. He's saying it's the Floyd Mayweather of Ghana, and that, you know, Mayweather has nothing on him. We'll be playing you that video in a bit. But thank you very much for joining us. This has been a game plan show with me, Fifi, and I will come your way again, hopefully on Monday, God willing, for another exciting, jam-packed edition of your favorite game plan show. Now enjoy this video before we bounce out.
My name is Wes. Welcome to Toli News.
Floyd Mayweather and the Money Team, June 15th and June 16th. The motherland, Ghana.
If Mayweather come to Ghana, I'm Africa Mayweather. Let's come. I'm a president for nation, bossy president. They will come and greeting me. They not come and they
Bukom Mayweather they come, we go share money. You know go.
I'm not go there because Ben they not give me invitation.
Yes, Sky, you get money. We be boxer for America.
I'm the number one papa man in Ghana. They know me plus everybody in Ghana. Me I'm a Jimmy not sick.
Everybody knows say Jimmy. Oh Jimmy, wa. What again? I'm
a film actor. I'm a musician. I'm everything, bossing, everything, nobody.
Mayweather, the dodge blows, pal. If he blow touch you, my guy, you go fall down.
Everybody know in Ghana that I'm crazy. Now, but it is true, I'm crazy. But I don't want any trouble in myself.
Thanks for joining us. That was Samson Suka on Toli News, and he comes your way every now and then on the Pulse Ghana page. Now, Kwesi Jemfi, I just saw your comments. You are saying that the prices for the Mayweather visit are mind-boggling for some viewers, but not for me, of course. Kwesi is saying he has $9,000 in his account to go and see Floyd Mayweather. Well, that is it for you. Samson Suka, you are saying you are feeling the show Pulse all the way. And thanks very much, Samson Suka. We just played your video. I'm sure you enjoyed that. You know, watching yourself and do your own thing as well. This is madness. How can you pay this amount just to see him? This is Abdul Karim criticizing the amount of money. Now, this is a document that we've cited. We are yet to confirm if it's official. But, you know, I mean, there's no smoke without fire. So we'll be following this story as well. Muntari has always given his heart to Black Stars, but the management hates him. I've read his comment already from Abdul Karim. Okay, so that's it for the game plan show. Like I said, we'll be coming your way again on Monday. My name is Fifi Anaman. Goodbye.